Before beginning today's video, I would like to thank the sponsor for today's video, LDPlayer. So LDPlayer is my go-to PC Android emulator for mobile games, and I run multiple game titles on LDPlayer itself, namely Guardian Tales, Vanguard Zero, Blue Archive, and obviously the star of today's show, Revive Witch. So I played Revive Witch CBT using the LDPlayer, and I was able to run the game really smoothly. Other than running Revive Witch really smoothly, LDPlayer is also able to run multiple players, so you can play multiple games at the same time, or you can run multiple accounts all at the same time. There's also the screen record function, where you can record your gameplay for video purposes or for research purposes. So there's tons of good stuff within LDPlayer itself, so do remember to download LDPlayer using my affiliate link to start your Revive Witch journey today. Hello everyone, this is Zibo and welcome to today's video. So Revive Witch global server will officially open really soon, and I played the closed beta version and I kinda like the game, so I might do the game on the global server. And in case you guys are wondering what are the units to look out for, here is the video for you guys, because in today's video, we'll run through some of the top tier units to look out for and why they are good, and all this information are based on the Revive Witch database, which offers a wide database of information from the dolls to the daily missions to the achievements, as well as the closed beta testing tier list that we'll be referring to today. And without further ado, let us start today's video. So in terms of the character to look out for, there's quite a few different character types. So we have Assassin, Destroyer, Mage, Guardian, as well as Compeller, and there are just a lot of different characters within the different classes. So I'll recommend the tier 1 character of each class for you guys to look out for, so that you guys can decide what unit you guys want to reroll. Okay, so we'll start with the Guardian first, because in my honest opinion, I think Guardians and Healers, they are the most important characters in the game, because you need to have sustain in your team in order to clear through the story mode as fast as possible. So the best Guardian unit is none other than a Fallen. So a Fallen generates shield to protect allies, deals AoE damage, dispels the enemy, buffs, and reduce your enemy's magical defense. So she has everything that a supporter slash buffer and debuffer should have in the kit, and that's why I'll strongly encourage you guys to reroll for her, because she's a really solid unit and her shelf life is definitely there, as she's commonly seen in the CN server right now as one of the top tier Guardian units. So yep, reroll for her and she will make your PvE life much easier. Next up, we have Akasha. So Akasha is able to do decent damage as Assassin, right? She has crit hit chance buff as well as crit damage buff, while at the same time dealing massive damage to a single target in the front line. So the reason why she's the top tier Assassin is because of her self-sustain ability. Because when she casts her skill, she actually gains invulnerability, so she's slightly tanky in the front line. And if you have a healer as well as a guardian on the back line, and Akasha can tank through the front line, you have a really solid comp right there. Yep, and that's why if you have a sexy assassin that has a bit of sustain in the front line, that makes a recipe for success within your starting gameplay. And the best healer unit is none other than Tonel. So Tonel is probably the best healer in the game with massive heal stats, as well as the ability to buff up the stats of your characters. So if you compare her with a Fallen, I think a Fallen is generally more versatile, because a Fallen deals damage, heals, as well as provide a debuff and a buff at the same time. So if you weigh the two characters, I think a Fallen is better, but Tonel is the best healer you can get at the start of the game. So yeah, she's probably the go-to healer if you're looking for one, and her character design is actually really nice in my opinion. She's not overly sexy, but she's demure and really look elegant in this picture. Next up, we have Dragonless Ila, which takes on the vibe of Mirim, the Dragon Demon Lord, within the Isekai Slime anime itself. So her abilities allow her to deal damage, reduce the attack of the enemies, as well as reduce their physical defense and deal damage at the same time. She also has an inbuilt heal within her passive itself, making her a really solid tanker and frontline unit. So after this, we have the Compellers as well as the Mages. So at the start of the game or during the CPT testing, some of the Compellers as well as Mages, they are pretty solid. But right now within the CN tier list, Compellers and Mages, they are not really on the tier list, and I guess it's because the Mage archetypes, they are not as popular in the China server, so probably that's why they fell off. So do take this into consideration when you consider pulling for the Compellers as well as the Mages, because they will eventually fall off. I'm not too sure when they will come back. It could be because they are nerfed and stuff, because I don't play the CN server, but based on the CN tier list, the Compellers as well as the Mages, they are no longer at the top of the tiers. So the best compeller on the list is Amanami. So Amanami has heal, has magical damage, as well as increasing the magical damage for the whole team. So she's able to increase the damage dealt for your whole team as well. So I guess you can see some use for her in physical teams as well, although she's probably the better unit in magical teams. However, I'll say that based on her kit itself, being able to generate all the energy allows you to use your skill faster, and that's why she's probably one of the better compeller units because she can allow you to cycle through your skills. For the mages, you have 3 pretty good choices. So the UR character for mage is Minya. So this character is out there to deal heavy single target magical damage. So if you are into the bursty magical damage kind of unit, Minya is the one to go to. The next one is Mahayu. So Mahayu deals AoE magical damage while healing allies at the same time. So these two units, they have very different strength. So it just depends on whether or not you want heavy burst damage or you want slow residual damage as well as a sustain in your team. And the last unit on today's list is Ushpia. So Ushpia deals damage, applies a poison debuff as well as stun the enemy. So she's more like the disruption mage in the lineup. So all 3 different mages, they have their own strengths and weaknesses, they have their own character design uniqueness. So just invest in them based on which character you really like. Sometimes it's just waifu over metas. And that's it for this video. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys in terms of doing your rerolling and what are the characters to look out for. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more videos from this channel, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!